Hello, right, so comments. Now some of you might be wondering, why has he been neglecting the comments? Not done a comments video for about 3 weeks now. Actually, I've been running around pretty manically because of the party conferences. I've done a couple of videos there. And also, Adam, unfortunately, The Guardian isn't a Dickensian workhouse.
Please, sir, I want some more.
So he had to go on holiday, and apparently he was allowed to do that. Ross Bates. Hi, Ross. It's sad he thinks he has to lose a working class accent to feel like he fits in. If the Conservative Party should embrace people with regional accents, if they want to be the party of working people, what you're referring to is actually a lovely young lad I met at Conservative Party conference who is from Liverpool, and he was saying how his dad is a postman and his mum works in an office, and he started off being Labour supporting, but now he's a Conservative. Yeah, I was struck myself, obviously, by his accent, because it was a very well-spoken accent. So I just flippantly asked him, your accent is not a classic Merseyside accent. What's happened there? Some people have been really abusive about it online, and that was not the intention, you know. He was actually a really sweet guy, politics aside, and I really don't want to have a go at his accent. And I want to speak. I don't exactly sound like, you know, the most northern of people. I'm a plastic northerner now. So all I would say is, you know, please leave him alone. ZW Hayes, are you going to do a video on Cameron's speech? Just listen to it. And well, it was closer to a social democratic rant than anything Conservative. The thing about his speech is it shows he is a clever politician, because, you know, some people would listen to what he said and think, oh, blimey, this wouldn't be out of place in a Guardian editorial. He was talking about discrimination against people for not having white-sounding names. You know, not the sort of thing you expect a Tory leader to come up with. I think the thing about the Tories is they're very clever at presentation. And what we need to focus on is the policies, and the policies they're implementing are going way beyond anything Margaret Thatcher could have dreamt on. Whether it be the attack on trade union rights, I mean, it can be pretty much impossible for most people to go on strike in this country. The cuts to tax credits, which are going to drive huge numbers of people further into hardship and poverty. Let's not get beguiled by soft-sounding rhetoric. Let's focus on what they're actually doing to people and what they're doing to the country, and they are miles apart. Hannah Witten. Hi, Hannah. Great video. Would have loved to see you talk to some female Conservatives too. Well, actually, Hannah, it was very, very male-dominated. I mean, there was a surprising diversity in age. There was more younger people there than maybe I would have expected. In terms of the people there was very white. There was exceptions to that. But very, very male. Nato Stellar. Hello. Thank you, Owen. Last night, for the first time in a long time, I felt suicidal. I made it through the night, and the next day I found this video. Thanks. Well, I had to say, that sort of comment means, I think, more to me than, you know, pretty much any comment people can leave, because, you know, that video we did about suicide, which is the biggest killer of men aged 18 to 50 or so, where men are unable to seek help often because they think it's unmanly, because of the sort of society in which we live, is such an important issue, and we don't talk about it. That's part of the problem, you know, and that's what I wanted to do with this video, is to try and get a debate going, to make, in a very small, limited way, to try and encourage men to talk about the problems they face. I hope, in your case, you are seeking help that is out there for people, and, you know, if anyone else is in the same position, you know, that help is there. The thing about Jake Mills is he's encouraging people to speak out, and the more men in the public eye who do that, I think the better, because it will encourage others like yourself to come forward. Sam Bayliss, this was amazing, such an important message, yet mostly ignored, but you'll have to excuse me, I have to go call a friend. I think I've undervalued how much I could help him before now. Well, Sam, again, that's an incredible thing to do, because, you know, I think it's easy for a lot of us with our mates to, you know, when they're, I don't know, struggling with mental distress, and we might, you know, often see warning signs and choose to ignore them, you know, and I think we've all got a duty to look out for each other without, you know, it's not to be cheesy or anything, but, you know, if you're going to be a mate, then you've got to look out for each other, obviously. It's part of the job description, really, isn't it? Black Knight X, hiya. Some people on the hard left are the biggest hindrance to your cause. Now, I think what you might be talking about is some of the people who were protesting outside their Conservative Party conference. I had the novel experience when I walked in with my Tory party lanyard on full display of being yelled at as effing Tory scumbag. It's not one I've been used to, I have to say.
Get out of my city!
I think we need to be careful in terms of what we're talking about with the protesters. I interviewed a Conservative former candidate called George Grant, and he went and spoke, and I thought this was very commendable, to some of the protesters, and he found people often who were disabled, who were quite clearly disabled and not fit for work, who'd been found fit for work. One of them had lost their partner, who actually tragically ended their own life last year. So some of those people are actually people who were hurting quite a lot, and they were angry because of what was happening to them. Is that an excuse for behaving in that way? No, people shouldn't speak, yell, Tory scum or effing this or whatever. Of course they shouldn't. You know, I get a lot of abuse on a daily basis, including sometimes on the YouTube comment section. Not mostly you're lovely. You know, these people aren't representative of the right. I don't look at that and think, oh, David Cameron and Nigel Farage are somehow complicit in that sort of behaviour. They're not. Yes, there are some people who behave a bit like idiots. That doesn't mean you tar a whole movement, a whole set of beliefs with that. Bulletproof blouse, brilliant name. We need a what's in the backpack video. I'm guessing a sensible pack lunch, a rain bag, an umbrella, and 50 Shades Freed. Have you been rifling through my backpack? Actually, it's got my GCSE geography coursework and a how-to guide of how to have a nice RP accent. Thanks as ever for those comments, everyone. Cracking stuff. Particularly pleased with the comments about the suicide video. Keep talking about that. Such an important issue. And the comments videos will be back regularly, like before, each week. Also, finally, the full Peter Hitchens video will be coming up imminently. There's been virtually an insurrection over that. You're all wondering, what is he hiding? Well, you will find out. Keep talking. Subscribe if you're up for that. And as ever, I will see you next time.